Wedding Singer was a good movie. I will give it that.
Not by far the best.
Definitely not his best. I would say Billy Madison or Happy Gilmore were easily his best
But
movies.
they even missed Mr. Deeds. Mr. Deeds was good.
Mr. Deeds was fantastic.
That didn't even break top 10.
No, that didn't even
I
break the
think
top 10.
number one should have been The Cobbler, obviously.
That was a good movie. I did like it.
For those of you who don't know, it was pulled from theaters. People didn't go out to see it.
Wow.
I thought it was good.
Okay.
It's fine.
But a lot of people
personally-
dog on Pixels, too, and I liked Pixels.
I was gonna say, personally, I am not an Adam Sandler fan. Like, I've not seen a movie of his that I
Grown
like.
Ups? I liked Grown Ups.
Grown Ups
There
1
was
and 2, I think, made the top 20. But it was just like, I was looking at this list, I'm like, the movies he's known for that are the most famous are Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore,
It does
Big
say,
Daddy.
It does say top rated though, not most popular.
It does. I mean, I was just, either way.
But either way, yeah, no.
But I mean, okay,
some
so
of the
like,
entries on this list are appalling.
41 was Ridiculous 6, which I can understand. That was just a horrible movie.
41 was ridiculous.
Yes, it was a bad movie.
That was
I
better-
watched it, and it was a one-time.
I take back what I said. Ridiculous 6 should have been the number one.
No, it shouldn't have.
No, it was funny though.
Well, and like you've got some of the stupid ones, like Jack and Jill was number 40.
Speaking of ridiculous
The
6,
Zookeeper,
Speaking of
The
ridiculous,
Do-Over. You know, half the Adam Sandler movies on Netflix.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
like Grown Ups 2 was 34.
Where's Grown Ups 1? Hold for
Pixels was
Billy,
31. Blended made 30. I thought that was way better.
Yeah. I think Ridiculous 6 was kind
Cobbler
of...
was 28.
I feel like Ridiculous 6 was kind of like a spoofy like spin-off of Magnificent 7, the original one.
Grown Ups.
Which Magnificent 7 is a great movie, by the way.
Grown Ups 1 was number 27.
Grown Ups 1?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that's understandable. At least it did better than Grown Ups 2. Grown Ups 1 was better. But yeah, no, have you seen Magnificent?
Well, then you got like Little Nicky that's number 23, which I thought that was a really good movie too.
Yeah, that was a good one. 8 Crazy Nights was the animated one. Did that crack the list? 8 Crazy Nights?
Somewhere. Don't Mess with the Zohan was 21.
Oh my gosh, that was better than Grown Ups?
Hotel Transylvania made 19.
He was in that?
That was his entire cast.
Oh, well, I didn't see those movies, so...
I did.
Okay.
Sandy Wexler made top 20. 8 Crazy Nights was 16.
8 Crazy Nights was 16. Okay, good. It better have done better than Sandy Wexler. That movie was garbage. Just
I've
like
actually heard some pretty good things about
pretty
it.
much all of Adam Sandler's Netflix movies are, you could skim past them and you won't be any worse off for it.
But like 50 First Dates was...
That should have been in the top 10.
That was 11. It barely made the top 10.
11's not the
So-
top 10. It's top 11.
I said it almost made the top 10.
You said it barely made
Oh,
the
I
top
meant
10.
almost.
Okay.
Anyway, so I was just I laughed when I saw this list because all the movies that people like from Adam Sandler, like really like,
Are in places where you wouldn't expect.
right.
I mean,
And then all the ones that people didn't like
wait,
were
The Cobbler made the top 10.
no.
I was about to say, like, I thought you mentioned it, and I thought
No,
you
that
said
was
that
like-
horrible.
Nah, I'm just
That-
messing with
There
it.
was like 28.
That movie, it made the top 30? Wait, that shouldn't have made the top 41. You said it was pulled from theaters.
It wasn't a bad. I thought it was pretty good. I liked
honestly-
it.
I'll take your
The-
word
the-
for
the-
it.
the-
I'll never see it.
The concept wasn't that bad. I mean, it was weird, but it wasn't that bad.
A lot of his movies are kind of weird, though.
Well, the thing is he was funny he was known for vulgar humor in
I
his
liked him-
beginning.
I like
but
the hot
now,
chick. The
but-
hot chick was good.
But now he won't make a movie that his kids can't go and see.
That's his mistake.
I don't think it's a mistake.
No, I loved the vulgar, crazy, weird, like Adam Sandler that was like a gunshot. You didn't know, like, it just. I'm all for family friendly, but you know what? I have a dark and twisted sense of humor, and like vulgarity is funny to me.
See, but I thought Grown Ups was very funny.
Grown Ups was good. Don't get me wrong.
I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, it was great. Like I said, I'm all for like a family-oriented movie, but some actors I like better in more of a dirty genre.
But
Like,
you've also got to realize he's grown up. You know, that was when he was younger,
that's true. He's old now.
and he's a lot older now. He does have kids.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I like some of his movies. I don't know, but he's getting trashed a lot because
I
a lot of
never
people
s-
expect him to still do the vulgar humor, and he's like, listen, not happening.
Right.
I mean, Blended wasn't even really that bad.
Blended.
And that was his...
Oh, what about Jack and Chill? That should have been in the top.
That was bad. That was bad. Um. Anyway, so now that Mathew wasn't able to talk for a while because he didn't know too much about Adam Sandler, we're going to let Mark not talk for a little while because he didn't watch the movies he was supposed to.
Fine.
Well, I mean, you can chime in if you remember anything.
No,
but
really, I only have like one thing to chime in on it anyways.
I know, and it was my favorite character. Anyway, so if you guys hadn't seen it, I'm trying to figure out where it is. The Fresh and Retro Netflix pick of the week is, our fresh one is Hot Fuzz, and then our retro is Police Academy.
Okay, so I know Police Academy. I've seen it long time ago, but the only thing I really remember is what's his name, the guy who could do the sound effects. It was like spot on. Like he'd be in a cop car and he'd start doing shotgun noises over the speaker and like.
It was machine gun noises.
It was machine gun noises.
And they also had an epic theme song.
I think I might remember the theme song. I do vaguely remember it. Now this is for the original Police Academy, yeah? The first one?
Yes.
Okay, how many were there now?
8.
There was 8 of them.
8. 7 with the original cast.
It's like the Marvel of their time.
And they were very funny. So if you guys haven't seen it, this movie is called Police Academy. It was a string of, it was around the same time when you had movies like Naked Gun, which I know Matthew's seen.
Naked Gun's good, yeah.
Well, this is the same type of movie. It's a very, like, there's not really that dirty of a humor to it. It's very clean, funny.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There's are naked women, kind of casually in the movie.
Yeah, it's rated R. I'm pretty sure so.
No.
It's not?
No.
13?
No.
13?
I'm pretty sure it's PG-13 because if you watch older movies,
I mean, yeah, that's
have
true.
lower ratings.
Yeah, that's true.
But Police Academy, what it is a new mayor got hired in New York City, and she took all regulations off applicants for the Police Academy. They could no longer restrict age, height, weight,
so they got a whole
gender.
Bunch of flapjack individuals in there.
Pretty much. They got everybody of all shapes and sizes. And the main point of the movie is there's this guy named Mahoney, who his dad, you can infer, was a detective or a part of the police force of some kind, or just really good friends with this police detective who keeps bailing him out.
This kind of reminds me of
and
a little bit of Super Troopers.
Well, and he's given a chance to, he's given a choice to either go to jail or go to the police academy. And he's like, well, I'll just go to the police academy and get kicked out. And the guy's like, well, you can get kicked out, but you can't quit. And so he meets this guy named Larvell Jones, who is the guy that Mark was talking about, can make a whole bunch of really funny noises. And is there because he made a machine gun noise and made everybody duck. So you've got like them, you've got this lady who whispers like this. She can barely talk. And you've got a guy who's like a giant.
So a whole bunch of not police officer types.
Right. And then you've got, two guys, one guy who's military, the other guy who seems like his bumbling idiot friend, who both act military. And then you have a guy who drives in a military Jeep, never been in a military day in his life.
This almost reminds me of Stripes.
But he owns a whole bunch of guns.
Mm-hmm.
Like at one point it shows him on the shooting range, and you hear boom, 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 and then you hear boom, and it blows the target into 2 pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Where'd you get that, son?" "My mom got it." So you've got a guy who's very gun crazy. And it's a whole bunch of misfits, pretty much.
Right.
And the whole movie is I'm trying to go through this training, and everything that has happened. During the course of this, and there's a lot of very funny moments.
I believe it. Yeah, you know what? Like I said, I've seen bits and pieces. I've seen references to Police Academy my whole life. I think there's even an episode of Family Guy where they go up to a haunted house and they're wondering what a noise is, and it's the sound maker guy at the top of the stairs, like doing helicopter noises and stuff.
Well, and like there was one point in the movie when he's And it was there were bits when that guy just had a scene to himself. Like there was a point when you just heard like a helicopter noise, and he was like, he came around the corner, and he was talking to Mahoney. He's like, "You want to ride?" And he just laughs and goes, "No." Then he starts up again and just finished walking up the stairs. Or there's a point when the guy's checking in on everybody and they're sleeping, and you hear like a video game. It's like it sounds like he's playing a video game, and he's like the guy gets this confused look on his face, and he looks in the room, and he's literally sitting there in the dark, staring at the wall, making all these noises, and he acting like he's playing a video game, and you hear like game over or something like that, and so but he gets scenes like that just make it really funny, or like they're being surrounded because they're in a riot and they're surrounded.
And he starts making machine gun noises over the car speaker.
Well, what he does is like, the commandant was like, "I'm going to do a surprise inspection." And that was the same guy that was in Naked Gun. And they all jump into his car. The car gets surrounded. He's like, "Go away." And they just start tipping his car. That's when he grabs the mic and makes like a machine gun noise. And then they all run away. If you listen, actually, there were a couple announcements that were supposed to be like legitimate announcements, and just kind of a passing by scene that you could tell were him.
Mm-hmm. Now I do have a question about the Police Academy movies, because I know there were so many of them. Did they keep the cast through all of them?
I just said it was original cast through all 7, or through 7 out of the 8.
Through 7 out of the 8. Okay.
The 8th one was supposed to be like the next generation or the next class or whatever.
So almost like a reboot.
Right.
Okay.
And it was like, I'm trying to remember some of the synopsis of some of the first one was them going through the police academy. The second one was them out on the street for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
In New York City. And then I think the second one was they were back as like teachers in the police academy or something.
So every movie's different.
Right. Every movie's different. You get all the way to 7 where it's a mission to Moscow, so they go to Moscow. And I've only seen 1, 2, and 7. And they go to Moscow, and that's kind of funny, but it's getting old at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want 1 through 7 because it has the original cast in it.
Right.
But it's one of those movies. It's funny, and it's pretty clean. You know what I mean? There's some cussing, but not too much.
Right.
And like I said, there's some naked women, but they're kind of subtly in there.
That's okay.
but what
I did check the rating. It is rated R. So,
is it?
Yep.
Oh.
I thought it was rated something else.
Nope.
It's okay. I'm old enough anyways.
For me, I think it was it's a silly movie. Like, it was fun. I enjoyed it. But for me, my favorite part was seeing G.W. Bailey as Lieutenant Harris. Just because G.W. Bailey, I don't see him often, but I remember him growing up from
MASH?
No, that's not it. I remember him from a crime show called The Closer.
Oh,
he played
I do remember
Lieutenant
that.
Provenza, and he was so funny. If you have not seen The Closer, I really recommend it. By the way, I remember.
And then
that had been like middle school
that sprouted,
when I come home.
That sprouted off another series,
Major Crimes.
Which was supposed to be like, it was literally the exact same cast except for the main lady left.
Yes, Kira Sedgwick. She ended up leaving, I think, after 6 or 7 seasons. So.
Yeah, well, and then I'm pretty sure he was the same guy that used to be in MASH. I'm trying to pull him up on IMDb real quick because he's really funny. I really like him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And now that you said that, I remember him in The Closer.
MASH, Sergeant Luther Rizzo.
Yep, he played Rizzo in MASH. What all did he play in? Major Crimes, which was that, and then The Closer. They were pretty much the same series.
Yeah.
He played in the Jeff Foxworthy Show. And then Police Academy Mission to Moscow. He was in... he wasn't in the second one. Police Academy 6, Under Siege. That one was... I don't know. That one was... So they got that one. They got 4, which was Citizens on Patrol. Oh, the Citizens on Patrol. That's when they were training. That same group was training citizens to kind of patrol.
Mm-hmm.